Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Now I'm talking about my sectional meet my junior year of high school. You know the situation if you watched the last video. If not, you gotta go check it out. As a varsity squad, we geared up for sectionals. And throughout the season, our coach, he liked running 8 guys at varsity meets, but at sectionals and state, you're limited to 7 runners. So my coach told me that week, because of my performance at conference, and if you don't know about that, again, just check out my previous video. That week, I'd have to prove myself to my coach that I'm healthy enough and ready enough to race and perform at sectionals for my team. And I did do good enough and felt good enough to race, even if the workouts that week felt like a wake-up call and borderline all-out racing, because I needed to prove myself that week. And as I was bouncing back, this was more than just an annual sectionals race, you know, for our area. We have taken 3rd place as a team my first 2 years of high school. And that's being the best school in our sectional that didn't make it to state my first 2 years. So for my team, we knew what was at stake, and we knew we as a team had the strength and depth to compete at state. But we must perform now at the sectional meet if we want to race in Wisconsin Rapids. So I remember the race, sectionals that is, being a grind from start to finish. As you know, I was still bouncing back. I was fairly healthy, but still bouncing back. It took me forever for some reason to get healthy that fall. I remember just having to get out hard to position myself well for the remainder of the race and work as a team, which is what we did great. We did great at that. We used to do roll call in my earlier years, my freshman year specifically. We used to do roll call, make sure everybody was still sticking together as a group. And the course was essentially 2 loops that were identical. So when it was coming down to the last quarter mile, I knew I had to go and kick regardless of how much I was hurting or how I felt. And that's what me and my brother did. We were both kicking. We knew there's 2 runners, at least, from another team that were behind us. They were a rival team that year who we were fighting. We knew we were fighting for that 2nd spot to make it to state. So one of our teams was going to take 2nd at sectionals and go to state, and one of our teams was going to take 3rd and not go. My brother and I ended up in that race beating those runners, and we ended up taking 3rd and 4th place on our team, 13th and 14th place in the race, and running 17:06 both. Then we were just very eager after the race if we were going to make it. Like, we saw our teammates coming in behind us, sitting there waiting, like, we think we made it, but we're not sure. We don't want to, you know, excite ourselves for what would just end up in disappointment if we didn't make it. And then, so then our coach took us and gave us the news because he added up the scores. He's like, yeah, we made it. We're just goosebumps everywhere, and I'm just getting goosebumps just talking about it. Yeah, we're just celebrated as a team. An undescribable moment of where we had all came from the previous 2 years, the previous 2 seasons of cross country. Yeah, this was the team that we really wanted to make it to state with. So the final scores for our sectional meet was the winners took 37 points. They had all 7 of their runners ahead of our 5th guy. My team, we got 61 points, and then 3rd place team got 97 points. It wasn't as close as everybody had thought, but we had some key races. So Division I state cross country in Wisconsin, we had box number 1. And at state, it was a rainy, cold, muddy day. One of my teammates lost one of his spikes, his shoe, between 400 and 800 meters into the race. We ended up taking 17th place as a team out of the 20 teams that were there, and I ran a 17:33, and I took 83rd place. Next time, we'll talk about my junior year of track and field. See you then. Like and subscribe. Comment. I want to know what you're up to, how you're doing. If you have any questions, I'll answer them. Just subscribe right now. Come on. You know you want to. Welcome to the Muffin Squad.